Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mermaid Ari's Live, where I talk to Trump supporters, try to figure out why on earth they're still supporting this president. And I talk to them so you don't have to, and we just always see where the conversation goes. So, welcome in, guys. If you have someone in your family that happens to also be MAGA, feel free to invite them. Let's see if we can't get them on the line today. You know what I mean? Just got to see how it all goes. Let me get TikTok going now. You all get the introduction. I don't necessarily have the ability to, well, patience to do it on TikTok. Hello, hello, everybody. I think I need to move that down just a teeny bit. Wrong camera. There we go. Oh, well, then that fixed itself. Cool. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. We'll get this Thursday started. If y'all had told me like I had been muted that whole time, I probably would have just laughed at myself. I can't say. Wait, is somebody literally mad that I changed my font a little bit at the top? I just wanted to change the colors. That's so weird. That is so weird. Why would that upset somebody? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, does that make sense to you? Like, does that make sense to anybody? Nice to see everybody coming in as you are coming in. Hello. What is that one? I don't know what that says. Can barely read that. Oof. All right. Well, let's see. Oh, it was in the other it was in the not so nice place, Feisty. It was in the nice so not place. Someone says nice new haircut. Y'all never heard of a ponytail? Just sometimes hair is super long, you know? Oh no, I pull my hair back, which I've done before. Oh no. Oh no. It's the end of the world. Was it a jump scare? Ah! Is that what happened? Did I scare you? Why? What is... Bro, what? They're so weird. You have two braids right now, Feisty? Feisty, So I used to French braid my hair, right? And like, but that was when I had another, like, more cut off, right? And obviously my hair was significantly shorter. Like, my ponytail would not be this long. I've been letting my hair grow out. I don't think I would be able to handle doing a French braid as for the length of my hair right now. I would probably drive my own self crazy trying to give myself a French braid. Like, that's just no. Well, I appreciate that, Jay. Oh my. Hi, Kayla. Okay, 1 second over here. All right. So there was some stuff going on in the news today. I didn't have a chance to look at everything. Let's see. Looks like Netflix is probably going to end up merging with Paramount if it's approved. You know what I mean? We had a Columbia student that was arrested by ICE after ICE was let on campus under false pretenses. And apparently, Mom Donnie went to the White House and talked to Trump and got him to release the Columbia student. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. And I do mean like Columbia University. Okay? Columbia University. I don't want to be confused there. Mortgage rates dropped below 6% for the first time in years, and I think that's great. Let's see. That one already was there. Already went over that one. Oh, that's a different story I want to read about. Yeah. The text is blue. So, Adin, normally, like, I wouldn't mind changing it back, but I have these new lights that are right on me, and having the lighter background, it didn't look the best on it. So, like, hold on. I can't even get it back to that same color. I promise you that. Hi, guys. We're working on something here. Was it this one? That one? This one? That one? So, like, I think it was, no, that's too dark. Was it that one? And then, like, okay. Here, we'll do it at that, but I'm not keeping it that way. I thought it didn't look. I didn't think it would look good with the light that because it's shining right on that the painting behind me. You know what I mean? Oh, it's the one bad thing about pulling my hair up. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. All right, let's see here. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Ah. Okay, and that's opened up. You guys should try to wait until I tell you that the phone lines are open and then call in. That's the best advice I can give anybody. All right. Y'all are so silly. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
32.
32. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. What did you want to add?
Yeah, I wanted to say that what you have going for you is you're very pretty. And that's about it.
Okay. Why are people weird? Thank you for calling the stream. And are you there?
Hello?
Hi. How old are you?
17.
All right. Well, go do some homework. I don't know what else to tell kids. Just go do some homework. Okay? You should not be on political TikTok. All right? No, it's not Sunday in the States. Isn't that the thing? Like, it's not. It's Wednesday. Yeah. You got something else?
I
Thursday.
mean, yeah, you have, good skin, pretty face, nice hair, all that stuff. Good things about you. So at least you know, right? Nice looking woman.
Okay. Why do men? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Mm-hmm. I got a question. My parents are forcing me to support 12.
No one can hear you, kiddo. Why on earth? So listen, even if you guys want to say it's not all men, it's always a man, though. Isn't that funny? And then he just keeps calling.
Hey, can you tell people like what's wrong with saying that? Come
Oh,
on.
most people,
Well,
I don't know. Well, I don't know about you, but at least for
no.
myself, I
Tell
prefer to be
tell
complimented
people
on
what's
things
wrong with
other than
complimenting. What's wrong with giving you a compliment? I don't get it.
consent.
Consent? How do you give
Yeah.
someone consent about saying like your hair looks nice or something else like that? Like non-sexual,
Do
nothing
you,
weird.
you never thought to ask somebody, hey, do you mind if I give you a compliment?
Do people do that?
Yeah.
Why? What do you mean? Like, do you give guys like? Do you say, "Hey, hold on, can I give you a compliment? Let me say your hair looks." Do
So
you do
normally
that?
when I give somebody a compliment without like asking, hey, do you mind if I give you a compliment? I compliment their attire. So like, hey, that shirt looks great on you, or just anything simple like that. But see, the way you started off was you started off by saying, and do you see how that's
Well,
insulting?
you,
Okay.
well, you.
Hi, everybody. You don't. I don't know what to say that. Especially, it's more about like if it's a stranger, you know, like I don't know you. If you're so butthurt about the comments saying don't do that, dude, ask the people in the comments. It does get a little bit creepy. It's just a true statement. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's see what we got going on. No. I don't know what that is. That Matt, I don't know if you're in here, but I don't know what you sent me. It looks like it's funny, but I don't know what you sent me. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. They're just doing crazy stuff lately. I'm going to Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
45.
45. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
What has Donald Trump achieved in his first year back in office that has earned your continued support?
I like that he's deporting illegal immigrants.
Yeah, can you stop holding your nose while you talk?
Nigger, 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 nigger.
It's literally always somebody that supports Trump. Just don't get it. Just don't get it. They always do it. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
Just don't get it.
Okay. Hello?
Hi.
You're a kid. Stop calling. Go do homework. Oh, mercy. Y'all are just doing stuff. Oh, yeah, they're in here. They just don't want to do anything. All right. Okay, I wanted to open up an article or two and go over with y'all while we're waiting. For someone that has, I would assume, some modicum level of intelligence. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Hi, how old are you?
43.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I support one thing that he does.
So you're not still supporting Donald Trump?
I just support like all the effort and work that he's put into showing that even people with mental disabilities can become president.
I don't know what to really say to that. Ooh, thank you, Peter. Guys, I'm Elvis. I don't. What is the proper response to that? That's not what I was expecting at all. That's truly not what I was expecting. So kudos. There was a couple of things that I was seeing. Where is this? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I am 19.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am. That's
Okay.
my homeboy.
Date of birth, go.
1/16/2008. Oh, fuck. 2000.
Yeah. Matt, I don't know what you sent me, by the way. I haven't had a chance to look at it. But here, we'll go over this. I know everyone's going to like freak out over there on the tubes and just be like, oh no, fake news. Because, you know, they ain't got nothing else to say. They truly do not. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah. More than ever.
Okay. What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his first year back in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, he just gave the greatest State of the Union speech ever.
Where he lied over 90 times? So you like being lied to?
I like the fact that he called out the Democrats, and then they wouldn't stand up when he was like,
Oh.
hey, if people are here murdering other people
Oh, that's not what he
on the
said.
street,
How about you try actually,
we-
like, instead of trying to paraphrase something
And then they
you
all
might
crack.
give, how about you try to give an actual full, I don't know, the quote? Because that's not what
The
he said.
crazy.
That's not what he
said the
said. And I also
crazy.
want to help you out with something here. Can you remind
did
me
say
what
they're
are the
crazy.
first three
And then the-
letters of the Constitution?
It's true.
What are the first three words of the Constitution?
Crazy, crazy. They
What are the
crazy.
first three words of the United States Constitution?
Then he also brought out the hockey players.
Okay, we're going to try this again. So right now, no one can hear you but me. And I'm going to ask you a question. Let's see if you're able to give a direct answer. What is your favorite flavor of truck?
So the hockey players.
Oh, so you're incapable of giving a direct answer. We're going to try this again. Okay, no, you're muted. No one can hear you. Okay. Okay, no. You're not coming off mute until you're done talking. No, every time you do that, you're not coming off mute. No. Okay. No. Come on now. I know you went to Sunday school. I know you should know how to do this. Okay. What is your favorite flavor of crayon?
Am I still muted?
You get to answer my question with a direct answer. Nope. See, every time you do that, you're not coming off a mute. Okay, Pookie? So what is your favorite? No. See, you did it again. What is your favorite flavor of crayon?
Because you talked to everybody.
Okay, yeah, you're not capable of answering direct question. So I'm good. I don't think I need to continue to talk to you then. Yeah, a 5-year-old can listen better. Isn't that sad? A 5-year-old would have been able to answer any of those questions directly. Wouldn't have been difficult. All right. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How old are you?
26.
26. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Actually, I just wanted to say I support what you're doing. Thank you so much for putting these absolute degenerates in their place.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, continue to kill it.
Okay. You have a great one.
You too.
All right. Bye. Now, I would prefer it if it just Trump supporters called in, but hey, they're going to do silly stuff. All right, we'll go ahead and go over this. So, judges have ruled against Donald Trump, specifically when it comes to immigration, 35 times since August, and their orders have been ignored. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
No,
No,
maybe.
I can't figure that out for you.
I'm scared.
Call 911. No, it's just specifically they've ordered them to explain why they should not be punished for violating their orders. Sorry. Not that they've only violated it that many times. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Quit being a bitch!
Your dad enjoyed it. Must not be that bad. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes,
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 52. I have a serious question for you, though. It may be something you can explain to me. With all the Epstein survivors, why aren't they naming names? I mean, they say they're going to name names, but they haven't yet. Do you know what's holding them back from doing that?
They are waiting to
That's a
tell
serious
that to the FBI and the Department of Justice, and they are being ignored by both departments and getting their voices out. And I mean, I don't blame them for not putting it out there as a list on national television in front of like a news station, because then that paints a big target on their face. I agree with them having
I
to go
get
through the
that.
proper channels.
Yeah, but it's going to drag on forever. I mean, at some point, whether it's Ro Khanna or one of the other folks, Lauren or somebody that's supportive of them, even Marjorie Taylor Greene, now that she's out of office. I mean, at some point, these folks need to be exposed, right?
I mean, the Department of Justice and the FBI redacted the accused names
Right.
and not the survivors' names. So I don't think that this Department of Justice cares.
No, I get that. I just think until somebody starts naming names, though, we're gonna be in this continual cycle for a long time.
Hmm.
Just wanted your take on that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I am, yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 40.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 13 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
He hadn't really achieved anything yet. I mean, he did cool some deals with the wars that were going over there. He didn't stop them, but he did cool some heels in the Middle East.
So he hasn't done anything, he hasn't achieved anything that would make it so you would continue to support him, and yet you still support him. That's odd.
I don't understand your statement.
I'm sorry. At least in my opinion, I don't know about anybody else, but I believe that a politician needs to earn my support, or at least my continued support, which is why I asked that question in a very specific manner. And you've literally just said that Donald Trump hasn't achieved anything. So I find it odd that you would still say that you're supporting someone
But
that
he's not a
you've
politician.
acknowledged. Sir, in order to be a politician, you just have to be involved with politics. And he's been involved in politics since the 1980s. He ran for president in 2000, 2004. Like, this is not his first run. He's been a politician. And then specifically, he's been an elected official literally the moment he got elected into office and sworn into office on January 20th, 2017. So he is, in fact, a politician. And again, you just have to be involved in politics to be considered a politician, which he has been since the 1980s. It's not like he's a politician.
To what standard?
Which part did you not understand, I guess? Because I literally just laid that out for you.
I understand what you said, but you said he's been involved in politics.
Yes.
But you said he's a politician. I want to know what standard of politician would you give him?
A lousy one, a lame duck.
Well, I would say that I don't consider him a politician. I've never considered him a politician.
Yeah, your weird personal
I
opinion
think
that doesn't
something
mean
came out on
anything.
the
He
news
is.
yesterday, him being a showman.
Yeah, you can be.
I'm
Do
sorry,
you
I didn't
think
mean to
that?
interrupt you.
Try turning down the stream in the background and answering the phone instead of having that delay where you're waiting to hear it on the stream.
Got it.
Yeah. Do you think that two things can be true at the same time?
I can, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he can be a showman and a politician.
Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't agree with that.
Is Donald Trump not actively involved in politics?
It wouldn't matter. I would consider somebody actively involved in politics would be to a standard to which we would consider a politician that's in Congress right now. J.D. Vance.
Oh, wait.
Nancy
Why?
Pelosi,
How on earth? I'm so
Chuck
sorry.
Schumer.
I'm so sorry. How on earth is J.D. Vance a politician? He's the vice
Well, he was part of
president.
Congress before he went to vice presidency.
Oh, is that so? Wait, so you have to have been involved in Congress in order to be
No. That's
considered
not
a
what I stated.
politician?
I didn't state that. No, ma'am.
Sorry, I don't see what disqualifies him from being a politician.
Okay. Well, I really I don't know how to put it. I don't want to give I'm not trying to be argumentative or antagonistic. I'm just trying to lay out an argument that I don't consider him a regular politician to which you would consider a politician. I mean, he might have ran in 2000, but it's been like almost 15 years before he actually ran again.
Yes, and he rubbed shoulders with presidents, got involved with them. He was very extremely vocal over the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan. You would agree with that, right?
As of everybody else.
No, not everybody was extremely vocal to the point where he was doing interviews with MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, ABC, calling them and giving his thoughts on almost every single news channel, modern news channel that he could think of to call. And so that's
Okay,
literally
so
what he was doing. He was directly placing himself in the involvement of politics. He endorsed political candidates. He spoke for them. He gave speeches with them. He put on a show about it. He ran for office in 2000. And in the 1980s, he put out a political ad calling for the death penalty for people, right? He's put out political ads for people since the
when
1980s.
you
This is not this
can I cut
he's
you off
made
for a second?
himself like he's put himself into politics his entire adult life at this point.
So am I involved in politics now too? Would you consider me a politician?
Do you make a habit of interviewing with ABC, CNN,
That
MSNBC,
would be the
Fox
standard that
News?
you would apply, that they're calling the news station to voice their opinion.
No,
This
centering
wouldn't be
yourself
considered
in
an of
politics is absolutely involving yourself in politics and being a
so this
politician.
wouldn't be
So,
considered involving myself in politics, talking with you. I would consider you a
no.
journalist.
Sir, I appreciate that. But what I'm saying is he's centering himself in the political atmosphere.
Like I did.
Again, how did you center yourself in a political atmosphere?
We're talking politics right now, madam.
That's not centering yourself in a political atmosphere.
Not on a big scale as he did, but it's still a scale.
So just to be clear, he was elected into office in 2016, was inaugurated into office January 20th, 2017. And even though he's been elected twice, sworn in twice, now is going on technically his 6th year into presidency, he's still not a politician. Was Ronald Reagan a politician?
No. He was a Hollywood actor. That was his profession.
Okay. Professionally involved in politics. Would you consider the office of the president a profession or a professional position?
No. The presidency is just somebody
Gotcha.
that can run the
Guys, if
country.
you've ever been the president, so George Washington was not a politician, right?
He didn't even want it.
George
even
Washington
want
wasn't a politician, right?
I'm not that familiar with him. From my understanding, he was a general, and he didn't want the position, but he took it anyway because everybody nominated him.
What is the definition of a profession?
I think it's within itself. It's a profession. It's what you're skilled at.
No, that's a word. What is a profession? It's not even, sorry, professions don't necessarily require skills.
What?
Sir, professions don't necessarily require skills.
So I'm in construction right now. So since I'm in construction, I can actually go be a dentist, and I can consider that my profession.
You're missing words in what I said, aren't you?
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to understand.
Said a profession doesn't necessarily require skills. What does necessarily mean?
So then, okay, so let me ask you this. Then what would you consider the definition of profession?
A paid occupation.
That's it?
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Donald
I
Trump
didn't
is
know that.
currently being paid for being in the office of the presidency, is he not?
Well, I don't know. I think he donated his salary again.
Dude, it still goes to his bank account.
Okay.
So
I mean-
he's being paid to be in the office of the president.
Okay. I think it's semantics, but okay.
In this case, it would be pedantic.
Okay.
So, by the definition of politician, Donald Trump is a politician as someone that is professionally involved with politics. Because he's literally being paid to be in
So
office.
You would consider him a traditional politician?
I'm done. This is so dumb. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Are you done being a bitch yet?
I don't know. Ask your dad. What does that even mean? All right. Thank you, for the gifted memberships. Thank you, Feisty, for the gifted memberships as well. I do so appreciate you guys for sending those out. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? That was an international caller anyways. Oh, that's so mean. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I don't have a dad. He's in a box.
Well, then I guess it was your brother or your mom. I don't know. Take your pick, but they didn't complain. Fucked your whole family at this point. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 31.
31. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I did support him, but not too much anymore.
Why would that be, honestly?
How would that be?
No, why would that be? Yeah. Like, so what happened that
Just over
made
the
you lose your
Epstein
support?
files.
Valid. Just don't be taking any shotguns to Mar-a-Lago over it, okay?
Shotguns? No, that's not me.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
wouldn't do nothing like that.
Well, at least you do have a standard that raping children is a big no. So appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Jerk me off, nigger. Nigger, nigger.
Jesus. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah,
Hi, how old are you?
25.
25. Are you still supporting Trump?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 13 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
We had 3 billion Mexicans coming across the border every
I'm
year.
so sorry. I'm asking for an achievement. Would you like to try again? What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 13 months in office that has earned your continued support?
He's going against like transgenders and stuff. I fucking hate
Dude, no one can
transgenders.
hear you, by the way. Like, your shit is ho bad. I'm pretty sure you just slurred out at the end, too. So that was great. Yeah, I think he said billion with a B, too. Guys, did you know that there were 3 billion immigrants coming across the southwest border? Did you guys know that? 3 billion. We are officially overrun. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh yeah, yep. This is that live thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Awesome. What are you talking about, anyways? I'm not really, I don't really know what's going on.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Are you gonna hang up on me if I say yes?
If you say yes, no.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he seems pretty cool. Yep. I mean, I
What's
think
your
he's
date
doing a
of
pretty good
birth?
job at least. Oh, 12/22/07. Turned
Okay.
18 a few months ago. That's awesome. I can only buy lottery tickets. Yep.
That was actually kind of funny. Thank you. All right.
Yep. I wish I could buy cigarettes, y'all. Yeah, get that addiction started.
Don't.
Anyways, you're talking about Trump?
Yeah, what specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 13 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
Got a shit ton of beaners out of here. That's pretty cool.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah,
Awesome. How old are you?
I am old enough to be your daddy,
How old are you?
but I am about 38.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Okay. And what specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 13 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
So he cares about the American people.
That's
So
not an
even though
achievement. So what I'm asking for an achievement.
so his tariffs. So he understands that if you don't have tariffs, all the jobs go overseas. So even though they got struck down in the Supreme Court, he's still not giving up. He's still trying to get the tariffs back in.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's just one of his one of the methods that you
Uh-huh.
can bring the tariffs in got struck down, but he's got two more in play and he's going after the other two now. Because he gets it,
Yeah.
right? It just like in California, how all the libs destroyed the state of California, and now all the rich
Oh,
people and all the people with money and jobs, they all moved out because
yeah.
California is a failed state. He understands that
Uh-huh.
America will be a failed state if we don't bring all the jobs back here, and we just let
Yeah.
everyone to just steal all our money, steal all our manufacturing. So
Mm-hmm.
Trump cares about us. He doesn't care about the global world economic order. He cares about American citizens. Unlike the libs. The libs are all bought and paid for by all the big corporations.
Sir, I'm pretty certain you're a liberal.
I'm not a liberal. You're a liberal.
Do you? I'm just curious.
Oh, but
Actually, I would actually be honest. I would be honest that I think the majority of people of watching are actually liberals. Because people forget what liberalism actually is or what it stands for. Do you believe in limited government?
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
Republicans.
so
And
that's
also the
no, no,
liberals.
I'm
Like
not done.
your
Hold on,
side,
hold on, hold on.
your
Pookie,
side,
Pookie,
is the
Pookie.
communist.
Okay. I know you just want to ramble. That's not how this is working. I'm just hinging on one thing for a moment. We're gonna go down this really quickly. So you believe in limited government. Are you for freedom of speech?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Remember when the
And
libs?
okay. We're just like you're doing so well. So well.
Happened in Britain.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. You're doing so well right now. So good. Do you believe in okay, no.
No,
No. I'm just going down this with you because you're gonna be surprised real quick. I promise you. I promise you this. Okay? No. You gotta stop. Gotta stop crashing out over there. Gotta stop freaking out, my guy. We're 2 minutes into this conversation. You gotta stop freaking out. Okay? You gotta stop it. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. So do you believe in individual rights or no. You can't hear me when you're screaming. Okay? You can't hear me when you're screaming. So you're gonna need to stop. Okay. Okay. No. You can't hear me when you're doing that. No. You can't hear me when you're doing that. Oh goodness, here. Do you guys want to? I mean, you guys can. Okay. So, do you believe in individual rights?
I thought we were talking about tariffs.
No, sir, you brought
Pivoting
up
here.
something that I just wanted to, like, I'm gonna kind of probably blow your mind a little bit.
You
But I'm
you
asking
never
about, do
even
you believe in,
mentioned.
oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my
We
goodness.
haven't even gotten through the freedom of speech yet.
No, I asked you a yes or no question that you just were like crashing
And I
out
asked you, what do
over.
you think about Britain and their freedom of speech?
Sir, we're not talking about Britain. You're just so like moving the goalposts in weird ways. So that's why
They
you're
took
not
away
being,
freedom of
oh
speech.
goodness, oh goodness,
The
oh
libs,
goodness. There you go again. There you go again. You just can't help
America's
yourself.
the last
Let's
place.
try this. Let's try this. You are currently muted because you're not answering direct questions. So we're going to try it this way. No one can hear you, not even me. So if you want to scream, just scream it all out right now while no one can hear you. Fantastic. You're doing just that. Got it. I love it. Okay. So if you want to go back to talking about tariffs, we'll go back and talk about tariffs real quick. And this is going to be a very simple question, I believe, and I hope you know the correct answer. Okay. I'm going to get you just got to answer one question. You can't hear me if you're screaming. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Who? Okay. No. You literally can't hear me when you're screaming into your microphone. So no. Pookie, you can't hear me when you're screaming. I'm going to need you to stop. You're going to need to stop. If you ever want to come off mute, you're going to need to stop screaming. Come on. Okay, thank you. Okay, nope, you're doing it again. You're doing it again, Pookie. Pookie, you got to stop. Sir, you said you're 38, right? Can you act like you're 38 years old instead of acting like you're 3, throwing a temper tantrum? Perfect. Nope. See, there you are again. You're throwing a whole
You act
temper
like you need a
tantrum right now.
baby
Wow, it's like you
because
dropped a number.
not
You went from
everybody
being a
likes their
double
baby.
digit age to now being a single digit in age, okay? That's how your maturity is. So I want to ask you, hopefully, a simple question. When the United States
What
of
do you think
America,
about Britain and freedom?
oh goodness. See, you can't even last. I tell him I'm going to ask him a question, and then he just like freaks out and starts going off on something. Okay, let's
You
try
just
this
mute me all
again.
the time.
Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna ask you a
Stop
question, and I
muting.
hope.
Listen.
Oh my goodness! Every time I
You
hear
gotta
you,
answer the. You
every
went on
time
the
I hear
freedom of
you.
speech
No, 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 no,
question.
no, no,
You
no, no,
gotta
no.
go after. You gotta
Sir,
answer
sir,
what you think about Britain
child,
and freedom of
child.
speech.
1, 2, 3. Eyes on me.
So you do
1,
need a
2, 3.
baby.
Eyes on me.
You need a baby.
1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Okay. Okay, perfect. We got it. No. And there you go back right to screaming. Goes right back to screaming. Gosh, they are so weird. I truly like, listen, I try to have conversations, but I made you so upset just asking counterpoint questions, right? So
I
Guy was so
need a
offended by the
baby.
idea of liberalism. He agrees with limited government, right? He agrees with freedom of speech. I'm 99% sure he agrees with individual rights and personal freedom, right? And the ability to own personal property, right? Without like infringement from a government or a state government, even the federal government. I'm sure you agree with all of those things. None of that would surprise me that you actually agree with that, right? And I'm certain you also agree with the rule of law. Sir, I want to tell you something, and I hope this doesn't hurt your 3-year-old feelings. You, sir, are a liberal.
You need a.
Oh, sounds like you are the one that needs a pacifier, Pookie. Do you
Have
need
you
a
ever seen the video
pacifier?
Home
Oh my
Actor?
goodness. He needs a pacifier. Well, I hope I helped you because I just literally put one in your mouth. That's got to be so hard. Sir, I also want to tell you, like, unless you had me when you were under the age of 10 years old, you're nowhere near able to be my dad, and that's a little bit fucking weird. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, can you turn down the stream in the background?
Yeah, it's off.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 34.
34. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yep.
What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 13 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, he hasn't done anything.
He hasn't
wrong.
achieved
He
anything?
he hasn't done anything wrong.
He hasn't done anything wrong.
He's been trying to like carry on his.
So,
his
okay,
promises.
we'll try this again. What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 13 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, it's my continued support isn't necessarily contingent upon what he's done a little bit over a year, right? Like the presidency is a 4-year span. It takes time for things to actually take root and to sprout, right? But I just like the general direction that things are going. I think it's not bad.
Unemployment rate being at the highest that we've seen in like 3 or 4 years, it being on and like not going down. We've lost 100,000 manufacturing jobs since Donald Trump enacted his Liberation Day tariffs. Hey, Kat.
Yeah, so I get you have like these talking points.
These
We're
aren't
just gonna
talking points, sir. These are metrics that are, these aren't talking points, sir. These are metrics that are released by this government, right? This is all information that you can pull from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov. BLS.gov.
so
And if you also look at the BEA, the Bureau of Economic Achievement, I think is what the A means, or analysis, it shows that our trade deficit also increased in 2025 over the year of 2020. So I don't know by what metric or what thing that you analysis. Thank you, New Sound. I don't know by what metric you're thinking, but so far the economy is taking a nosedive and not doing well.
yeah, so I guess my question for you would be, so you don't support him. Okay, that's fine. So my question is like, what was your alternative? I guess so I guess do you personally feel like it would have been better if like Kamala Harris had won? Do you think like we'd be doing better?
What year is it?
It's 26.
26, so 2026, right?
Yeah.
See, I don't know about anybody else, but I do find it odd that everyone's like, what if someone else won the election? Sir, I'm not a seer, nor am I a clairvoyant. And my next statement is going to be facetious, so I hope you understand what that means. My cat, who I'm pretty sure wants to have world domination, would be a better president than Donald J. Trump.
I would say that Donald Trump is a far better president than
I don't
Joe
care about
Biden.
your hypotheticals, sir,
He's
sir,
far
sir, sir, sir,
better.
sir, 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 sir.
Far-
The reason why I said it was facetious is because I don't care to engage in silly little hypotheticals like, do you think that we would have been better if so-and-so was president? No, because you want to know why? That's not where we're currently at. We're not on Earth 2. We're not on an alternative timeline. We are in the United States of America, on this earth, on this timeline, if there was a space-time continuum and all of that good jazz, we are here. Donald Trump is the president of the United States, going down silly little arguments of who would it be? Oh my God. What would it be like if somebody else was president? Do you think somebody else would have been better? Blah 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 blah
Ma'am,
blah 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 blah. That is
ma'am,
pointless.
ma'am,
Also, can I get W cats in
ma'am,
the comment section?
respectfully.
Cat with a K, guys. Y'all know how it is.
With the what? K guys? Oh,
W
you're talking to.
cat with a K in the chat.
Okay. Ma'am, respectfully, it's like I'm not engaging in silly hypotheticals, if you may
You
say.
are.
Like,
The
we're just
moment
gonna
you
do,
ask who would make a better
ma'am, can
president,
you
that's a
not cut me off?
hypothetical.
If we're gonna have a
Sir, I would be fine.
conversation,
Like I would be happy if
I
we
could,
went back to
I couldn't
fucking
even
George
finish
W. Bush. So
my
is that better? Like,
sentence.
sorry. I
My
don't
sentence. I couldn't finish my sentence. You didn't even know what I was going to say.
Sir,
We can't have
you've
a
cut me
conversation.
off. You've lost that right. The moment you cut
I
me
did
off, you
not
already
cut
lost
you
that.
at
Yes, sir,
all.
you have
I've
cut me
been
off.
very respectful with you.
Sure. No. Yeah, that's why.
Ma'am,
You
respectfully,
literally were
respectfully.
talking
I think
over me. You were interjecting into
no,
the
I
middle
did
of
not.
my sentence when I was okay. You were interjecting into the middle of my sentence with the beginning of your sentence without my consent when I was talking about me not engaging you with hypotheticals.
Okay, let's just restart this a little bit and keep it civil, right? Like, I don't mean to cut you off. If I have cut you off, I apologize. And you can just simply say, hey, you cut me off. And I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you continue. And we'll do the same way back around,
Sure.
okay?
Yeah,
Like,
you
is that
I just want to
work
be
with you?
clear, you don't let me do anything. This is my life.
Ma'am, if you're gonna have a call-in line to debate issues,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Mhm.
well, then we can have that as well.
He's still crying. He's still whining.
Worldview is and what your positioning is. Because all I see is I don't support Trump. Why do you, right? So I'm just trying to figure out, like, okay, well, I can understand how you might not support the guy, but my question then is like, well, if you don't support this guy, it sounds to me like you would have preferred the alternative. So I'm just trying to understand like where you're coming from with this statement because it's kind of vague.
Okay, so I'm going to help you out with something. It's not vague. I don't believe that any politician earns my like I don't think they just deserve my support. They don't automatically have my support from me voting for them. I believe that politicians need to prove because politicians work for the people. They need to prove on a daily basis that they've earned my support. So when I say I don't support Trump, it's because he's hasn't done anything or hasn't been sufficient enough in keeping my support. Doesn't mean that I support anybody else. I'm not loyal to a party nor am I loyal to a politician.
Oh, well, in that case, I don't think you or I have anything to disagree about. So I'll just pop off because I feel the same way about it, right? It's like,
Oh,
well, I
so
don't
then you
mind what he's
lied when
been
you
doing
came
so
up.
far.
Interesting.
No, I mean, like, I don't mind what he's been doing. Like, I like what he's been doing, but like, I have like the same principal foundation as you do, right? Like, you know, like it's not like I thought that you were like some crazy leftist that just thought that Trump's terrible for no reason, and that's why I popped on the line. But it sounds like that maybe that's not your position. So it sounds like maybe you did support him, and now you don't necessarily because you know he's not doing those things daily. And like I understand that because that's just to be honest with you, it's a typical woman thing, right? Like show me every day, or you know, like I'm not happy today, but I won't be happy tomorrow if you don't show me the same thing tomorrow,
And
right?
there's the misogyny. Not that it wasn't already out, but there it was. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, how are you doing, Ari?
Doing well. How old are you?
33.
33. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 12 months, well, 13 months, my bad, back in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, can I ask you a question if you don't mind?
What's up?
So, do you know about Washington State's Bill 5559?
5559? No.
I might be off by one digit. You know, it's 5599. Sorry.
Thank you, Cat, for the flying jets. You said 5599?
Yes.
Ooh. Thank you for the
Kitty cat.
Leon. Sorry. Did you hear that too?
Yeah.
That's a TikTok gift for everybody that heard it. So thank you so much, Cat. I love the cat gifts. Let's see.
I'm a cat person too, Ari. We're not so different.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to bring up this bill, which is from 2023, right? Thank you so much, Kat. I'm going to help you out with something. 1 second. Thank you for the whale. 2 whales. I
Hold on,
love that
Ari. I
sound
don't
in my
want you
ear.
to trick me, and please don't hang up on me. I'm not trying to trick you. I just want you to know. I mean, I just want to know what you think about that. Like, do you support?
I haven't read it, but I don't
Well, can I
agree
just
with.
give you a quick summary?
No. I'd rather read it on
Okay.
my own or read their summary on my own. My biggest thing though is I don't go down the lane that you're trying to take this down, there's actually a channel that I think is still live right this moment that if you want to have this conversation with, I would suggest you go there.
Well, hold on. I have one more question. All respect. Do you think it's like, do you support women's sports?
And there we go. He said that's not respecting it if you're already going down.
Nigger, bitch.
Yeah. Saw that coming. Who didn't see the slurring out? Thank you so much, Kat, for all of the support. I appreciate you guys. So please be sure to do WCAT, cat with a K, in the chat. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? I sure took you some warming up this time. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
Okay, no, you're not. Guys, if you are new here and you haven't already hit that follow button or that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. I realize that I'm an hour on and I haven't said that yet, so I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Also on TikTok, guys, we should have already been at 100,000 likes. There's 500 people in here. You guys can't be double tapping that screen. So now the idea is in the next 15 minutes, you get it up to 125,000 likes. Let's go. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I am 18 years old.
You took too long to think about that. What?
Nigger, bitch.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Nigger ass.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, how old are you?
I'm 40.
40. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 13 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
He listed it all in the State of the Union, sweetheart, but
No, I'm
not the
asking you.
problem.
So I'm
Problem
so
is
sorry.
you're
I
a
know.
liar. When did you ever support Trump? When did you ever vote for Trump? Since you want to call people out for lying, when did you ever support or vote for Trump?
I'm sorry. When did I say that I ever did?
A couple of minutes ago.
No,
I
that was
used to
the other
support Donald
caller.
Trump, but I don't anymore.
No, I didn't. I said that
Oh,
I
so you've always
believe.
been a crazy.
Oh my goodness. Here, I'll help you out. So it was the other caller that made an assumption, and he said it himself that I must have used to support Donald Trump, which is not true. I never have. And what I said is that I believe that a politician needs to earn my support. Even if I didn't vote for them, they would need to earn my support. Even if I did vote for them, they need to earn my support with their actions. That's what I said. Based off of that, the other caller made an assumption and literally said, I assume you voted for him. That's what he said. So if you want to go ahead and start off your argument completely unfounded, completely unbased, that's a you problem, and I'm just trying to correct it. Okay? So now, while you're screaming into the void, I want you to answer this direct question when I take you off mute, okay? I want you to tell me what specifically has Donald Trump achieved that has earned your continued support in his 13 months back in office.
In control of everything. Did he codify abortion? No, he
I'm
didn't.
sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, you're just like crashing out, going on. I don't know what you're going on or who you're going on about. See, that entire time I wasn't listening to you. Okay, I had you on mute. I just chose not to tell you because it seemed irrelevant, because you were just screaming and crashing out and not listening, because you came up here with an automatic assumption in your mind that was incorrect. And then you got mad at me when I tried to correct you on said assumption. And then you are continuing to scream into the void because I'm attempted to correct you on said assumption that you had already falsely within your mind, that you thought you were going to get some kind of gotcha. Right? Now, so when I'm asking you specifically about what he's done, what has he achieved to earn your continued support, I'm not asking for you to quote him from the State of the Union. I'm asking you for your opinion. So you personally, caller out of Texas, I'm asking you personally, what has Donald Trump... Okay, or hang up. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
37, I think. Hold on, it's been a while since I said, no, 39. I'm 39 now. 1987. Sorry. Not
Okay.
good at math.
Okay. Are
Hello?
you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his first 13 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
I would say like it started with the 2016 elections.
Nope, that's not what I asked. I'm sorry. What has he achieved in his last 13
Oh,
months in
just
office that has
this
earned your
recent 13
continued
months. I
support?
apologize.
Yeah, 13 months. Sorry,
Um,
I'm quite specific with my question. I do apologize.
Sorry. All right, I apologize. In the last 13 months, I would say it started with the Doge, with working with Elon Musk to drain the swamp kind of campaign, in which a lot of corruption and fraud was found and dealt with. And I wish there was still more of that going on. I feel like there should have been more. I'm not exactly satisfied. I would say that it wasn't done to completion, but I was quite happy that he did do some of that.
Ah, okay. And so how much money, I guess, did Doge save us?
Save us?
Yep. Also, TikTok, keep tapping that screen.
I'm not exactly sure. I want to say it was 30 billion, but I'm not exactly sure.
9 billion, which is a drop in the
9
bucket of
billion?
our annual budget. Yes, sir, 9 billion. And that is because that is the amount that was actually approved by Congress to end the funding of, because that's how it works. I'm certain you're familiar with Article 1 of the United States Constitution that delegates the power of the purse to Congress, the federal legislator, right? Or even the state legislator at the local levels. So
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
the only amount that was approved to be cut off by our government was about $9 billion, and that's it. After Doge, under Elon Musk, promised the American people a $2 trillion savings and $5,000 Doge stimulus checks or refund checks.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I don't know about you, but have you seen a $5,000 check come from the government?
Once or twice.
I'm sorry,
But
you
that was
saw it in 2025?
no, not in 2025. In 2000,
It
from the
wasn't even during
government,
COVID,
only
just
when
to
I
be
was
clear.
working for them.
Yeah, wasn't even during COVID, to be clear. The largest stimulus check, I think, was
Yeah.
1,400, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so that's all that was saved, right? And after they touted about how well Doge did, you think they would have saved more, or that we wouldn't need JD Vance to now be this fraud czar or whatever title Trump is going to end up giving him, that they're looking for even more fraud. And somehow Donald Trump says that they're going to basically find $38 trillion of fraud. That's what he tasked JD Vance with. He said that Donald Trump told the American people at the State of the Union on Tuesday night that JD Vance was going to find enough fraud to balance the budget. The budget of the United States of America is over $1 trillion every year. And I would assume, and most people would understand that balancing the budget means that you get out of debt and then you don't overspend every year. So as presumably, in order to balance the budget, at least for, let's just say, the rest of Donald Trump's term, somehow JD Vance would have to find about $46 trillion in fraud and then get that paid back.
Yeah, that sounds so insurmountable. It sounds like it's just too big of a hill to climb.
Well, Donald Trump promised that at his State of the Union. You know, while Donald Trump is also suing the American taxpayers for $10 billion.
Is he suing us or the IRS?
He's suing the IRS. Guess who pays that? The American taxpayers. If he were to win, which by the way, Donald Trump isn't even worth $10 billion, so it is impossible for him to have suffered $10 billion in losses. If he were to win $10 billion, that gets tacked onto our debt, which means the American taxpayers are paying for it. And then guess what accrues on top of that? Interest. He's suing the American taxpayers because we are the ones that fund the United States government. And he's promised $10 billion donation to the Board of Peace, which hasn't been approved or even introduced into Congress. And again, Congress is the only one. They were designated the power of the purse in the Constitution in Article 1. The fraud is coming from inside the House, sir.
Inside the House, the White House?
Yeah.
Okay.
His name is Donald Trump.
Well, I would say the fraud of the government has been ongoing, not just Trump, but everyone.
No, I'm talking about like the fraud that I was just specifically speaking
Yeah.
about. We already know that across the country, people face fraud charges every single year. Many people face in the hundreds, right? Probably in the thousands if I looked at every state, face fraud charges every single year, whether it's for defrauding state level monies or federal level monies. Charges are being brought against them every single time. And a lot of people skate out on it, like Rick Scott out of Florida. He was the CEO of a company that defrauded Medicaid and Medicare $400 million, and yet he gets elected into Congress.
I'm not trying to assume what side of the aisle you're on, but may I ask?
Me, I don't align myself with a political party.
Okay. Okay. How do you feel about the files, the Epstein files, being finally?
I think it's atrocious that the Department of Justice, under the direction of Pam Bondi, redacted the name of the accused and didn't redact the names of the survivors, and also leaked the survivors' personal information, including their name, date of birth, and addresses and contact information upon the most recent release. And then that they've also gone back and pulled files after it had already been released. Fortunately, people had already downloaded it, so those files are still out there. But they pulled files off the Department of Justice website, and they still haven't released all the files and are still actively violating the congressional order.
And the current Cuban crisis with the dead Americans. Do you think that that's being handled?
They weren't Americans. Sorry, sir. They were immigrants from Cuba.
The ones that were murdered by the Cubans?
They were Cuban immigrants. One of the brothers spoke out about it, that they are not American citizens. It's Cubans.
Oh.
They're immigrants. And
Okay,
I'm sorry, do you agree with Donald Trump and his administration blowing up boats off of Venezuela?
Depends on the boat.
They've blown up like 15.
I would say it depends on the circumstances and situation that boat is in. If that makes any sense. I mean, I just randomly picking out a boat and blowing it up, no. But if that was a situation,
Coast Guard is
no.
wrong 25% of the time when they interdict boats on the assumption that they're trafficking drugs. And yet the United States of America has blown up 15 boats without interdicting a single one, and they only interdicted 6 survivors off of one, and they released all 6 of those survivors. repatriated them into their own country with no charges being filed against them. Thank you, Leslie.
I can only speak to my own time in the military, and it was a different time period, I guess, for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they have better ISR now and better equipment than what we had back then. And so I would hope that they had better intel and made less mistakes than what we did. I mean, we used to lead with grenade charges, and like that was total doctrine for us under Bush, and then they changed, and then Bush changed it because too many civilian casualties, too many people getting hurt. So nowadays, I would say, if they're not allowed to do that anymore with the, lead with grenade charges and whatnot. So I'm hoping that it's not putting American lives on the line to get that intel, but I'm also hoping that they weren't making those mistakes. But it doesn't necessarily
If they
surprise me
were
that mistakes.
truly carrying drugs, then the 6 individuals that were interdicted in the waters, interviewed, and then repatriated into their own country with no criminal charges against them, they would have been arrested and indicted within our country if they'd been smuggling any kind of illegal substances.
Right.
I'm sorry, I was just using that as a comparative to see where you've landed on, because you called the killing of Cubans and potentially one American, according to one person, on a boat that was registered in Florida, going to Cuba with weapons, and they did fire at the Cuban equivalent of their Coast Guard, right? A mile from the shoreline. You kind of called that, like, I think you said murder. It might have been the word that you used. Do I necessarily agree with how Cuba decided to protect their border? No, probably not. However, for anybody that wants like that, if it is true, I'm putting this out there, if it is true that the individuals on that boat fired at their equivalent of their Coast Guard, then yes, that's a justifiable use of deadly force.
Then yes, I would agree with you.
Cool. Cuba has the right to defend themselves.
You're awesome.
Yeah, everyone has the right to defend themselves. That's an unalienable right anywhere in the world. I was just curious on it because I've been getting limited news on it and seemed informed on it.
Yeah.
But the Venezuela thing, I think, was a bit of a show and tell for Trump, especially the capture of Maduro. It's a look what I can do.
Yes, that set a international precedent that other dictators or elite world leaders, sorry, not dictators, but other world leaders could go in and yoink another world leader just because they didn't like them.
Well, yes, in a way, yeah, I guess. But
yeah, because the international bodies didn't completely admonish Donald Trump and the actions that he took, which were a violation of international law because we disregarded the sovereignty of a whole other country. And the fact that he was, even though I agree, he wasn't elected fairly. However, their governing body, their Supreme Court, said that he was the rightful president, and that's why he was still in power. I think Maduro was a piece of shit. Like, let's be very clear. He was a fucking fascist. Okay? Definitely a dictator.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't give any world leader the right to just go in and abscond away with another equivalent world leader.
Before we jump to that conclusion, if we are going to go into the dark side of the force capabilities of the United States, why didn't he just do that to Putin and Ukraine and just end the war like that, saying, look, you know what I mean?
Why?
Saying.
Because I'm sorry, and I hate to say this, guys, so please be prepared. I'm gonna give you a little bit of thing. Because to Trump, Putin is daddy.
See, I always thought Trump was more under the what's that Romanian guy's name? The Romanian leader. Thought he was kind of more under his under his influence rather than Putin.
No, it's been Putin. What other world leader has Donald Trump rolled out had our military members? Also, by the way, I forgot to say thank you for your service. I just remembered that you did say you served. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But what other world leader has Donald Trump had our armed forces get on their hands and knees and roll out a red carpet for?
What's his name? The king of England, Charles, I think.
What?
He made the Marines. They had to instead of the render of the typical salute, he had them bow, which was not in the conduct of the Marines. The Marines were to issue salutes only.
No, Donald Trump got a red carpet rollout when he visited the United Kingdom.
But he took his Marines with him, I believe.
Yeah. And see, I wouldn't consider that to be an equivalency because the United Kingdom is a part of NATO and they're an ally.
Right, but I thought it was weird because the Marines do not bow, but they had to lean forward and bow in a way.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. But I only see where, well, and this is just from Fox News, saying that King Charles rolled out the red carpet for Trump, but not the other way around.
I really thought he did roll out the red carpet for him. I did not know he didn't.
Yeah, I don't see anything about it. Just stuff from Fox News about the opposite occurring.
Okay. The other thing I was worried about though is the current European pact going on that Trump is, I guess, pushing against.
What pact is that?
Which I think is, I had something to do. We were talking. I forgive me here because I basically got some of the news from Discord, but it was worrisome. It was something to do with the petrodollar, Greenland, and a way to keep the petrodollar over BRICS. And the big concern was keeping the Germans from talking to China.
Germany's always been trading with China.
But they wanted something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Some way to stop that from happening was to offer. What was it? I can't remember. He mentioned it in the not the state of address, but the little after thing that he did.
Yep, unsure. Wait, what it is?
I apologize. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all I had. My things against Trump are small. Like I do feel like he is not a true conservative in a way, but
No.
and then again, I haven't seen a lot of true conservatives. They keep consolidating instead of diminishing power and bringing more power to small governments like, the governancies and whatnot. They keep challenging the governor instead, which I disagree with.
Yeah.
But that's my only domestic, I guess, policy that I'm really against with him. Is like that's their issue. Let the governor handle it.
Yeah. See, my red line with any president, most definitely, is going against articles and amendments of the United States Constitution.
Which are, well, you're talking about Article 1?
Oh, more than that, sir. By him trying to, by him making a pledge of $10 billion, for example, to his Board of Peace, that's skirting around Article 1 and overreaching his Article 2 powers, right? So that's violating Article 1, Article 2, and Article 6, because Article 6 is your oath of office, where you've swore an oath to uphold all parts of the United States Constitution, honor the co-equal branches of government, right? But yes, the Supreme Court did rule against him when it came to the tariffs and the IEPA tariff specifically, that they violated Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Constitution, which is the power of Congress to tax. But Donald Trump has also violated the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, Eighth Amendment, 10th Amendment, 14th. Technically, he already tried to violate the 12th Amendment, but that was a while ago.
Okay. I apologize if some of my responses are a bit razzled. I
You're
am
taking it in.
halfway into sleep.
Nah, I just figured you were taking it in.
Do you remember the Nick Shirley?
Oh, his stuff
thing
has already been debunked.
with the Leering Center and stuff?
No, I'm talking about his daycare stuff. The Leering Center is
Yeah,
something that had already been under investigation and stuff. That's nothing new. But when it came to the daycare stuff, like one of the daycares that he went to be like, see, look, they're stealing money. No one's here. It had been closed for 2 years. Literally been closed for 2 years. Another daycare was, why would you let in a man that's by himself, no children, with a group of other men that don't have children, with microphones and cameras into your daycare center where children are? There was another daycare that just doesn't open until 2:30 p.m. that they went to at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Just like his recent video in California has also recently been debunked, where he's like, see, these people that are receiving these benefits all have are registered to vote, all have their voting address to this UPS store. And if you actually just looked at the building on Google Maps, like put in that address, it's an apartment building.
Okay. So
Nick Shirley's not reliable.
I don't know. Like it's it's here. It seems like it's always hit or miss with politics and who knows who.
Okay.
You want to believe that everybody's out for the best of the country, but of course they also have an agenda as well.
One would hope that they have their best interest for the country.
Right. I mean, I want to believe that, as I said, I didn't know if if you're left, right, or Democrat or Republican. I hope that both sides have the best of the country at heart, and they want to protect everyone's rights as well as each other. But
we would hope.
But again, some people do have ulterior motives and agendas that they also want to exploit or find a way to take care of, and they use the government as a way to achieve those goals and agendas.
Okay.
But I appreciate what you're doing, even if we agree or disagree on things.
Of course.
But
I was curious what that looked
I
like. Thank you, guys.
appreciate you, well, not insulting me and calling me a fascist pig or anything like that.
So I just match energy. If you come up here and you're respectful the whole time, then I do the same thing with you. And that's what it is.
All right. You have a good one.
Yeah, and I will encourage you to do this. Don't just take my word for things. Look it up.
Yeah, of course I will.
Awesome.
I mean, I didn't have like my list or anything. I didn't really come ready for like a debate or anything. But maybe next time I
No
call, I'll
worries.
have things put together for you.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good one.
You too.
Thanks. Okay, I was trying to get my mouse over there to click off. But yeah, so that was a decent call. I do appreciate those calls. I do appreciate people that just want to chat and get things figured out. Thank you, TikTok, for hitting 150,000 likes just a little bit early. I do appreciate you guys. And thank you for that confetti bear. I was really curious what that looked like. Guys, if you are new here, be sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button. I promise I will get to your super chats, your jewels, and your bits in a little bit. I try to do it between callers, but they just keep calling. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how old are you?
30.
30. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his first year back, first 13 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
I think he just made a couple deals with, I think, Iran, Saudi Arabia for over $3 trillion.
Okay. Is it a signed deal?
Yeah. Yeah, it's signed into
So I
effect,
should
I'm
be able
pretty
to
sure.
find this on the state.gov.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, I think you should be able to Google it.
And
Yeah,
you said
I
it's
read.
it's a deal between the U.S. and who?
I think one was with Iran, and if not Iran, it was Saudi Arabia and
We definitely haven't
Dubai.
made
It was
any.
It was the Arab countries, United Emirates or Saudi Arabia. He made two deals. I know he made two deals for at least $3 trillion. I think is what it was.
We haven't had a signed trade deal with Saudi Arabia signed and in effect since 2023.
Yeah. Well, we're probably not going to report on that. Other than that,
No,
I
no,
like what
I'm
he's
talking
doing.
about directly from the state.gov, sir. Like I go to the
No,
direct
okay,
source.
yeah.
Any
All right,
any
then
signed
maybe what I
document of a
saw was
trade deal
okay.
is going to be filed with our State Department, and that's how that goes. I
Sweet.
can check the UAE.
Sure, if you want to, yeah. No, I could be wrong. I mean, I've seen him holding the deal up, and he was over there for a week, 2 weeks. I remember it. It was a couple weeks ago. I mean, maybe it's not through the State Department yet. I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, the only
I
thing that
could
they
be
have
completely
is a
wrong. Donald
statement
Trump could just
that,
be a complete liar, right?
yeah, the only thing that I have is just that let's see, who came back and said it? Office of the spokesperson. Not even, like, they're not even naming the person, so I guess it can't fall back on them. Just the office of the spokesperson at the state, it's a press release. It's not any signed deal. Just reiterating Donald Trump's claim, but this is from January, so it's not this month. So no, we haven't,
Yeah,
we don't
that
have any
probably makes
side.
sense. I've seen
Yeah.
it a little while ago. It wasn't
Oh,
anything
okay.
super
Gotcha.
recent.
Okay, cool. That would be my misunderstanding. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, we don't have anything signed, so therefore, like, that's basically they're giving us an IOU, and if they don't uphold it, there's nothing we can do. They could literally not do it at any point in time.
Yeah, they're gonna do it. I'm almost positive they're gonna. We're the largest country in the world. We run the world. The world runs off the U.S. dollar. Why wouldn't people want to
We're
support the U.S. dollar?
we're
When
not the
countries over there,
largest.
especially the UAE,
We're not the
we
largest country
literally
in the
use the
world.
dollar. Huh?
We're not the largest country in the world. We have the largest GDP.
Yeah, not by land. I don't mean landmass. You know what I
I
meant.
don't even mean by landmass. I just meant by population.
No, not landmass or population, but you know what I meant. We have the largest GDP. We are
Yeah.
We run the world. We
Do you
are
know
the
what makes
largest.
up? I don't actually expect
Mhm.
you to know the answer to this question, so I am just asking it. And if you don't know, just say I don't know. I don't expect you
I
to know,
probably don't know. I'm
and that's
not
fine.
like a political debater, but go ahead and ask.
Sure.
I want to know if I
What do
do
you
know.
think makes up 18% of our GDP?
18% of our GDP?
Yeah,
I feel like it's a trick question.
it's not.
What makes up 18% of our GDP?
Yeah, or accounts for 18% of our GDP.
Some sort of trade with another country, probably.
No, actually,
There's no.
it's how much us American citizens spend on healthcare.
Yeah. See, that was it. I didn't. I was gonna say pharmaceuticals, healthcare, or trade with another country, but I didn't want to come off cliche. Yeah. Yeah. Healthcare sucks. That's true. Healthcare also sucks in Canada, where it's free. My best friend is a natural born Canadian that lives here and works for the pharmaceutical industry, and
I'm
she.
not listening to your anecdote.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not telling you an anecdote. I'm just telling you a
An anecdote is
Canadian-born
a sorry,
citizen.
sir. An
Yeah, go
anecdote
ahead.
is a personal story.
Oh, yes, I know what an anecdote is.
So then
Yeah.
you telling me what your friend told you is an anecdote because it's a personal story.
Right. Yes.
Awesome.
I was just telling you someone else's
Yeah,
lived
I don't
experience
care
is all I was
because I could
saying.
also point to you to several of
Yeah.
my friends that live in Canada, born and raised in Canada, have lived in different provinces of Canada, and they don't have that experience. They can
Hey, I'm
explain to
not
me their
listening to your
healthcare system
fucking
very.
anecdotes. I'm not
Yeah,
listening to it.
exactly. Yeah,
Chill.
exactly.
Chill, bro.
Yeah.
But what? So I heard. Okay, I'm sorry. I know you were asking a specific question, but
No, I'm just saying,
other
like
than that, I heard
I
on the
brought
last
up
caller.
I brought up the healthcare percentage that makes up our
Yeah.
GDP,
Yes,
just to
ma'am.
make a point. Like the GDP isn't just made up of like trade deals or anything like that. It's made up of how
Yeah.
much money.
Yeah.
It's like it's also made up of how much money the United
We
States
spent.
citizens spend
Yeah.
on simple things. So, as we already know by looking at the Bureau of Labor Statistic data under the CPI, we're overspending on food, right? Food prices are up, food at home is up, food away from home is up. We see that utilities is up 9.7% across this country. So like that, we are overspending on things. And like, for example, the state of Florida authorized the biggest hike on utility costs that's ever been seen in the United States. Like this is something that's like actively happening. Even though Donald Trump said rent was down at his State of the Union, rent is up. That's like that's not what's happening. Like
All right, but
these
see,
things are
so
up.
your
These are what
argument was
makes up our GDP. Like I know people think that having a high GDP is a great thing. I don't necessarily think that it's like a great thing when you actually break down the percentages that make up our GDP, and that's how much money that American citizens
yeah,
are spending, right? Or
right.
what they're
So let
spending it on. So the fact that 18% of our GDP, our annual GDP, which is up by 0.9%. 0.9%. It's up by 0.9%. So that means it increased, which we already saw from the 2025
yeah,
numbers.
but it never moves more than a couple percent over 8 years usually. It's not a
Sir,
big.
it moved 0.9 in 1 year.
That's not how inflation works. Listen, so yes, you are correct. Everyone thinks a high GDP is great. No, it's not the high GDP that's great. It's the GDP to the population balance. And then you have to go percentage-wise on how much of that population is actually paying into that GDP. So you want to talk high GDP, India has how
I
many
just want to be clear.
people in
This
it?
is directly from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
No, I
Medical care
understand.
services
India
is up
India has
3.9%
1.4
year over year.
billion people.
Absolutely, inflation can go up by more than a percentage point
Okay, I'm
because
sorry.
that's how
Got me on a
it's like.
technicality. I'm wrong.
No,
Okay.
that's not a
Okay.
technicality. That's just
Okay, it's just yes, it's a fact. You're right. I'm wrong. India has a population of 1.45 billion
Yeah, and yet they
fucking
have
people,
yet they have
and their
universal health care.
GDP, and their GDP is not even $10 trillion a year. We got that 3 times them with what's the percentage of 400 million people to 1.45 billion? So we're able to pay that. That's why we are the greatest country in the world.
No, it's not that
It
we're
has
able to
nothing to
pay
do
it,
with our
sir. It's not
GDP.
that we're
It's
able
the
to pay it. See, I think what people get confused on is that GDP equates to being
no.
rich, right? GDP doesn't equate to being rich. It's actually what we're taking from the
It has
American
nothing to
people.
do with
It
being
does. It
rich.
does. Okay, so like that's what you're equating it to, that we're like the greatest country, we're like the richest country, and that's just not how it works, because you were trying to break it down per person. And again, that's not how it works. So when you're looking at the GDP, it's how much the consumers, the populace is spending, right? And the point is we don't really have that much money to spend. Our Gini coefficient, which tells us like the gap between the wealthy and then the poor, right, is 41.6%, which is a high disparity. It's not over 50, but there's only like one country in the entire world that's over 50. But it's 41.6, which is high. Anything over 35 is high. It's showing a very significant wage disparity, right? And see, what people forget is that in other countries, especially something like India, they get paid a livable wage at all levels, right? We don't in the
They
United
don't.
States. Nobody. Can you tell me what state you can make $7.25 an hour and survive?
What state?
Yeah,
Most
what
states
state?
don't have a $7.25 minimum wage unless you're a bartender or
No,
something
no, no. That's
nowadays.
not what I asked. What state can you make $7.25 an hour and you can live off of? Is there any
Probably North
state?
Carolina, where I live. You'd probably be okay. You'd probably make it if you had to
Yeah,
rent a
you would. I
room
like how you
and budget for
say north.
food.
No, so you would have to live on your own. Like that's not, you would have to live on your own for this to qualify to
So
survive.
afford an
And I
apartment
just
or
do
a
like, I
house
like
at
that. He
7.25.
did
No
pull
one can
out
do
a
that.
state that does pay $7.25 an hour as their state minimum wage, which would be North Carolina, because they haven't raised it since it was required to be raised in 2009,
I know people
after
that work at
Bush signed it into
McDonald's that
law,
make
and it took into
$15 an
effect
hour here.
in
What are you
North
talking about?
Carolina. That is actually funny. Like, no, sir, you can't live anywhere in North Carolina off of $7.25 an hour.
Yes,
You
yeah,
cannot.
you absolutely can. We live
Oh
in
yeah.
trailers around here. You absolutely
You
can.
can live in
rent a trailer
trailers in
for
a state like
$500 a month.
Colorado, and it doesn't matter. You're not going to live off of $7.25 an hour. You can
You
live in
wanna
a trailer
bet?
anywhere. You can't live off of that amount.
Yes, you
How
can.
much do you make a year on $7.25 an hour?
I'd have to do the math. I
And
don't
this
know.
is
Let's
this is
find
of
out.
course
How
saying
much
that
do you
you're
make?
not paying, like this would be your gross amount, right? We're not even
$7.
talking about that, so we'll just do that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so you
No,
can live. I
let's
just want to be
figure it
clear.
out together.
You think that you can live off of $15,000 a year if you were to
That's
work 80 hours a week.
$290 a week.
No,
Yes, you can live off
$15,000 a
that.
year.
290 times 0.23.
Yeah, if you
Let's do that. That'll
if you
be your
eat
take home.
ramen for your whole life, you don't eat
Yeah.
anything of substance. So that's not
Well, no,
living,
see,
sir.
those
That's
minimum wage
surviving.
jobs are not meant for your entire life.
Oh,
That's
what then
what you don't
why
understand.
is it that in other countries where they have minimum wage that's in fact a livable wage, they don't ever expect you to have to move out of those jobs. You can still make a livable wage.
Can you tell me what their livable wage?
I'm not going to go down a country's list. I'm just explaining this to you. I'm telling you that no place, like I can even look this up. They've done this, right? So like livable wage, wage calculator. Well, let's go to MIT. So you said, let me also now look at the poorest county in North Carolina. Sorry, I don't know. I would not know that one offhand. Cumberland or Scotland. Scotland County. Ooh, 21. Oh no, so Washington County has a 21% poverty rate. Okay. Let me now get okay, so now I want a zip code. Washington County NC. Just want a random zip code here. We're going to check this out. So now we're going to look up living wages. Let's see. MIT did this great thing. They built this whole thing where you can look up livable wages in your area. And we're going to see what this is going to be. So now we're going to wonder if this is going to work. If I type in, oh, it doesn't like zip codes. What is a city? Okay, let's do, oh, Plymouth. I know where Plymouth is at. Let's do Plymouth, North Carolina then. Why do you not like me when I do this? Oh, it doesn't have it at all. So I guess we'll do Washington then. Oh, why is this so messed up? Mississippi. I guess they just can't get their thing right though. Do they not have Washington County? Where? Tennessee. I might not get to do North Carolina. This thing's all mucky. Let's see. Kansas, Iowa, Rhode Island. Man, there's too many Washington counties. Oh, there it is. North Carolina. So in order to live as a single adult with no children, you would have to, for a living wage in the poorest county in North Carolina, it is $18.67 an hour, which is about $38,000 a year, if I remember that correctly. Let's see, 18.67 times
That's pretty
40
close.
times 52. Yeah, 38,833. So, no, even in the poorest place in North Carolina, you cannot live off of $7.25 an hour. And again, we don't pay livable wages in our country, and I think that that's a significant problem because you guys have this assumption, and I do mean like anybody that has this assumption, not like grouping you in with people. Anybody that has the assumption that for some reason minimum wage jobs are just supposed to be like stepping stones, or you never break out of them, or you're not supposed to stay within them. Somebody has to work those jobs, point blank period, for that service to continue. And because that service is always necessary, that is why it cannot always be considered just a stepping stone. And let's be very clear, if someone happens to enjoy working a minimum wage job, I don't think that they should be required to have to step into another job that they end up hating just to make a livable wage.
I also don't agree that it's necessary. It's not necessary. It's not a necessary
Then why would you
job.
say that?
I misspoke when I did say I agree with you on that part, but I agree that if somebody wants to work a minimum wage job and they don't want to do all these steps, I agree with that. That's cool. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. But what I don't agree with that it's necessary. Because 50 years ago, 60 years ago, it wasn't necessary.
Oh my goodness.
Why? And we were
Yeah, I don't really care about the 50, 60 years ago bullshit where we know that everything's changed. Do you know okay, maybe you might know this. I don't know if you will. We'll try this. If you don't know, it's fine. What is a significant factor that has changed from 60 to 50 years ago?
What is it? What is a significant factor that's changed? Cancer in every fucking body. I watched my mom die from it because of fast food and people not taking care of themselves.
That's not it.
That's 100%.
I'm actually surprised nobody else has gotten this either. Like, sorry, cancer's always been around. I'm trying to wait to see if anyone's going to get what is a significant event that happened 50 to 60 years. There we go. Somebody's got it right already. See, if Erica had been here for this question, Erica would have known for that exact second when I asked that question. She would have known exactly where I was going for this. The civil rights movement, sir.
Vegan liberal.
The civil rights movement, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sir. The civil rights movement is a significant event that happened 50 to 60 years ago.
It happened. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it happened.
And yet since then, we've seen house prices increase. We've seen the cost of education actually occur. Were you aware that prior to the civil rights movement, and prior to the Civil Rights Act of 1965, that colleges didn't cost money?
No, I
Were you
wasn't
aware
aware
of
of
that?
that. I
Oh,
do a lot of work at A&T. It's an all-black college, so you should give me credit for that. I'm running a whole bunch
do
of
you want a gold
piping
star?
systems for them. I don't know. You're talking about the civil rights. I think I should get a star for something.
Yeah, no, I just thought I'd see if you knew that, sir. Like, things didn't
But they
cost
don't pay for
money.
school
There was
though
a
over there. I'm telling
significant
you.
thing
I
that,
talked
like,
to all the
there
students.
were significant things within the United States that did not cost money until the United States of
Greedy,
America
fucking, old,
decided
rich
to
white
say
men
this,
got
let's
in
end
power and stayed
segregation.
in power for 80 years. That's what
Oh,
happened.
goodness.
It's the same thing that's happening now. It's
Yes,
on the
white men are the
Republican side.
problem.
It's
Thank
on the
you.
Democrat fucking side. You've got
Yeah, it's the white
congressmen that have
men,
been
huh?
there for fucking, yeah, they're not all
It's the
fucking
old
white
white
men
men.
now, thankfully.
It's the
What?
old white men in Congress and that have been president that are the problem.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, we got an
We
agreement.
need a young president that has our ideals. That doesn't mean communism. That doesn't mean right wingism. That means
No, it would be
someone in the
progressivism.
goddamn middle where shit makes fucking sense and
Yeah,
we can
it
talk
would
to
be
each other.
progressivism is what we need in our country.
No, I disagree with that.
What's
I
the
don't think
opposite
we
of
need progressivism.
progressive? What is the opposite of
We
progressive?
are a country of conservatives.
What is the opposite of
We started this
progressive?
country as
Sir,
protecting this country and making it our own.
sir, what is the opposite of progressive?
The opposite of progressive?
Yeah, what would the
Conservative.
incorrect?
What's the opposite of progressive? The opposite of progressive is not progressing. That's the opposite.
Yeah, it would be regressive.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree. I'm not trying to regress anything. I'm trying to keep
If you
our
are against
nation's
progressivism, then yes, sir, you are
accountability.
absolutely for regressing. I don't know if you realize this, but what do you know what the root word of conserve is? Like conservatism is?
Conserve.
Conserve. And what does it mean to conserve?
It means to hold on to what you have and
No,
plan
it's
it
to stay
out.
the same.
That's not what conserve means.
Yes, it's to maintain, to stay the
Conserve
same.
means to hold on to your
No,
stuff.
it means to
package your stuff.
maintain or stay the same. If you are
Yeah,
not
well,
progressing or the country is not progressing as a whole, then we are
I like where we
staying
are
the
right now
same and then we never
as
move
an
on.
American.
Then we never move on.
I-
We never go forward. We don't progress, which means that we are stunted. Our growth
But
is stunted.
progressivism doesn't also mean open the fucking floodgates to anyone that wants to come here. If you
Sorry,
don't want to
that's
be what
not.
we already are and progress with us as Americans, so the problem is people
So
are
how did
coming
we
in here.
bring
They don't
in
want to progress
immigration to a
as
conversation about
Americans.
economics, the minimum wage, and
It
somehow
affects
we
everything.
like went
Anyone that
straight
comes
to
here affects every
immigration when we
part of our
talked about
country.
progressive. Sir, no, I'm gonna help you out with something real quick because that was an interesting
Help me
take.
with whatever you can.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
yeah, we'll do it really quickly. So when it comes to immigration, no, I don't believe in open borders. No, neither does like almost anybody else.
That's what every Democrat says, but under Biden,
Yeah, that's wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off your misinformation. We're not doing that here. So, no, you cannot point me to an executive order, nor a law, nor an internal memo that was released to the Department of Homeland Security, to Border Patrol, to CBP, or to ICE that said to just allow anyone and everybody over the southwest border or the northern border. That memo, that executive order, that piece of legislation, it does not exist. There was no open border policy in the United States of America. Did Joe Biden fuck up the border? Absolutely. He didn't do enough. That's true. He could have written an executive order. He did that in his last 2 months in office. That's it. He should have done something sooner. He failed. We can be honest at that. There were too many encounters occurring under Joe Biden. However, that doesn't mean that somehow we opened up the floodgates because the individuals that were allowed to come into the country were vetted. They were allowed to come in. I don't know if you realize this either, but an encounter does not equate to a crossing. An encounter, as defined by the Department of Homeland Security on their own glossary, clearly states that it's people that are refused entry at the southwest border or caught within 100 miles of the southwest border within 2 weeks of them crossing through a non-port of entry. An encounter, that number, that big, bad, scary number that everybody's all afraid about, which was 8.4 million encounters from October 2020 through October 2024. You can find all of this data on cbp.gov. 8.4 million encounters.
Yeah.
No, sir. What's an encounter?
You can triple that. That's all
What's
I
an
gotta say.
encounter?
What's an encounter? When you encounter somebody. I don't fucking know.
Incorrect.
When you
By the
pull them
Department of
over.
Homeland Security. I don't know if you understand how definitions work, but you don't typically
No, what you're doing is you're playing.
utilize the word that you are attempting to define within said definition. So when you say an encounter or someone you encounter, I don't know, that's not sensical. Okay? I don't know what else to tell you on that one. That's nonsensical. Okay. What I advocate for and what the majority of Democrats, since you want to put a label on people, I'm not a Democrat. Again, I am a progressive. If we have to put a label on me, that's what I am. Democrats advocate for updating, guess what? Our immigration laws to make it more expedient so we don't have this long line of immigrants waiting to see if they can become citizens or not. That's what they advocate for. They don't advocate for just opening the floodgates, which is why that under the Biden administration, we saw that the Democrats in Congress introduced 5 different pieces of legislation in an attempt to update our laws, and they were shot down every single time. One that was introduced on literally January 21st, 2021, Joe Biden's first full day in office by the Democratic Party, HR 1177. Y'all are free to look that up. That's what they advocate for.
I'm a third generation American. I'm not.
So am I. You're not getting anywhere here.
The Revolutionary War.
So am I. You're not getting anywhere with that. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
I'm
no,
also
I'm not.
third
I'm just saying
generation
you're
Czech
arguing about
American.
immigration when
Congratulations.
all I'm telling you
When
is
your family entered in through Ellis, hey buddy, when your family entered in through Ellis Island, that had a 2% rejection rate. Okay, 2% rejection rate.
Well, guess what? Mine got it.
Yes, because it had a 2% rejection rate, which means a 98% approval rate. They let everybody in as long as you could wait there for 3 hours and sign your name on a book and you weren't sick, sir. That was their basic qualifications to enter Ellis Island. You want to talk about someone doing it the right way, sir? Laws were different in the 1930s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that happened.
Mm-hmm. It was actually
So
quite
it was
simple.
Easy for them, huh?
Yes, sir. You can literally look up what it took to get in through Ellis Island back when your family would have migrated into the United States of America. It's literally
most
like
of
that's
them
a
were
simple.
English, Irish, German, or some sort of European or Spanish.
So you're saying now that they
did, and we all integrated together and made it America. With also people that were already living there, and now we have an America.
And yet you're so against people integrating into our society now from the Southern American countries. Ooh, wait. I just want to point that out. They came in. They were allowed in. They were welcomed in mostly from. And he, by the way, he only named European countries, to be so clear. And then now it's like, why? And you're offended by people coming in from South America or Africa or the Middle East or Asia. Yeah, that tracks. Well, sir, I hope you learned something. I'm not sure if you did, but I do hope you did. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to deal with that. I just, if you haven't heard me say it enough, I will be very clear on what my stance is. Our immigration laws need updated. They need reform because it is, as it is right now, we don't have enough. We don't have enough people to go through all of the applications that people put in order to try to become a citizen or to try to have status within the United States of America. And I think it's important that somehow we do go through an expedited process, and then we wouldn't see so many people complaining about all of these illegal immigrants getting all these federal subsidies, which, by the way, isn't a thing, to be very clear. We have multiple laws in place since the 1990s that say that undocumented illegal aliens, sorry guys, illegal aliens is the technically correct term by legal standards. I hate saying it, but undocumented immigrants cannot receive any federal benefits, point blank, period. The only way they could potentially get SNAP would be is if their child that still lives at home in the household is an American citizen, and those benefits are only designated to the child. Ah! I guess Summer wants to say hi. Hold on. Come here. 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 Give me kisses. Can you give me kisses? Come here. Give me kisses. Come on. Come on. There we go. Hi, the babies. Hi, babies. Hi, Summers. Hi, Summers. She wanted to say hi to everybody. Oh, looky. Oh no, I have a dog. Wait, are we gonna cry about being a, I don't know. You guys normally call me a cat lady. I have a dog. Yeah, she takes a little bit of coaxing because we don't let her just jump up on us when we're like standing up and everything. So when I'm sitting down, it takes some coaxing because I can't give her learned habits either. Because she's still a little itty babies. She's 4 years old, but she's still a baby. So shh, don't tell anyone she's a baby. Okay, guys. I'm at my 2-hour mark. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it for the night. I'm going to read through some of these super chats. If you're new here, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, whichever platform you're on. Let's see. Curtis, thank you for the jewels. Illuminati says Trump is a populist, the lowest of all political types. Yeah, I would agree with that. He's just a populist. JD Vance tries, but nobody really likes him. Sterling, thank you for the corgi, or the floating heart. My bad. I read Sterling the corgi, and I took that all. Hi to all the cuties and beauties. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day, and remember your daily dose of hydration and snackies. Now stay amazing, and I may not know much of politics, but some of these callers somewhat make me seem smart. That's funny. Wide Awake Dreaming, thank you for the jewels. Trumper 2025, who's your favorite NFL team? I don't do sports ball, but if I have to choose one, I guess it'll be my partner's team, which is the Chargers. Yay! Sean, thank you for the 5. Says, call me crazy, but I think a 5-time draft dodger sending American soldiers into harm's way needlessly is pretty bad on the bad scale. It is pretty bad. I agree with that one. Sterling, thank you again for the jewels. And again, all right, callers, since y'all keep want to yelling since y'all want to keep yelling the N-word, go and record yourself saying it to them. No balls, because you're all pussies can only say it over the phone. Take that as a lesson for y'all. If you can only say it over the phone, you're the fucking problem. Lee, thank you for the $4.99. Damien, thank you for the jewels. Hate Speaker says the government won't accept my fart coin as payment for my tax debt. Landed the free, indeed. Yeah, it's not very free, huh? Sterling, thank you for the jewels. Mr. Chavez says, can you enlighten me about SBA loans only being accessible to U.S. citizens now and how it benefits our country? I wouldn't say that it benefits our country when we're already lacking in new businesses being opened. And while it would be nice that SBA loans would only be issued to American citizens, U.S. citizens are not going out in droves trying to open up new businesses. So that is one thing. Also, before I forget again, and I don't mean it in a bad way, I promise. Marshamello, thank you for the 10 over on the Venmo. I do appreciate that so much. I didn't want you to think I forgot you. I did receive it. Thank you. While it can maybe be a short-term benefit, again, we're just not like... There aren't enough people applying for SBA loans for, I think, to really make a difference. We do see an influx of legal immigrants that do apply. And I'm not sure it's okay. In my opinion, it's not okay to discriminate based upon based upon immigration status, because that's already against the EEO, the EEOA, the Equal Employment Opportunity Act. So just pointing that out there. So why is that allowed? To discriminate for small business applications, but it's not okay for employers to discriminate, I guess. It seems like rules for thee, not for me. Thank you, Liland. Sorry if I messed that up, for the clapping seal. DK, thank you for the jewels. TikTok, if you want to find me someone to raid. Twitch, if you want to find me someone to raid, we'll go ahead and do that. Cosmic, thank you for the jewels. Sterling again. What party killed small businesses with extended lockdowns that caused big corporations to get away with price hikes? No, actually, that's a failure of the states who did not implement price control. Actually, I would say that that's a failure of the government. Red states also extended out lockdowns. It wasn't just unilaterally one party, so that's incorrect. Like, and that was started down at a national level, right? If we had actually had a price gouging bill instituted at the at our national level, at our federal level, we wouldn't have seen price hikes in any single city, state, or municipality, because it would have been illegal as soon as we declared a national health emergency. But y'all aren't in support of that, so. Corina, thank you for the jewels. Thank you for the jewels. I find your intelligence very attractive. Well, thank you, Rod. I appreciate that. And thank you, The Watcher, for the 5. Thank you, Sin. Thank you, Mr. Chavez. Paul, I am fiscally conservative, low regulation, limited government oversight, and reasonably liberal in policy overall. What am I? Sounds like you would be about center right, probably a liberal, because I don't know if you realize this, but that's how a liberal falls on the political spectrum, is center right. This dude is an idiot. Get someone smarter on. I try, but they don't like to call in. Mr. Chavez, thank you again for the jewels. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and end. Thank you guys so much for being here on the YouTubes.